Have you ever looked at your yard and felt like it's missing something? Maybe it seems too small for a large tree, too narrow for something like an oak, or too limited for a wide, spreading maple. Perhaps you've even heard that small spaces aren't suitable for trees at all, that you should only stick to shrubs. But that's not really true. A smaller yard doesn't mean you have to sacrifice beauty. In fact, some of the most stunning trees in the world are compact, refined, and perfectly suited for limited spaces. And more importantly, they don't just fit. They elevate the entire environment. A single well-chosen ornamental tree can completely change how your garden feels, turning it into a peaceful retreat, a cozy escape, or even a visually striking focal point. Today, you'll discover 7 beautiful ornamental trees that are ideal for smaller yards. These aren't just trees that provide shade. They bring color, texture, structure, and personality. By the end, you'll have several incredible options, each capable of transforming your outdoor space into something truly special. 1. Japanese maple, Acer palmatum. Let's start with one of the most admired ornamental trees in the world, the Japanese maple, known scientifically as Acer palmatum. This tree has captivated gardeners for generations, and it's easy to see why. Its elegant shape, delicate branching, and finely detailed leaves give it an almost artistic quality, as if it were carefully sculpted rather than naturally grown. One of its most striking features is how dramatically it changes throughout the year. In spring, depending on the variety, it can produce vibrant shades of bright green, golden tones, or deep reds that seem to glow in the light. As summer arrives, those colors deepen into rich burgundy, emerald, bronze, or even near black hues. Then in autumn, the transformation becomes truly spectacular. The leaves turn into brilliant shades of orange, crimson, and purple, creating a fiery display that brings warmth and energy to the entire garden. It's like having multiple trees in one, constantly evolving with the seasons. Another major advantage is its size. Most Japanese maples grow between 8 and 15 feet tall, making them perfect for smaller spaces. There are also dwarf varieties that stay even more compact, sometimes under 6 feet, which makes them ideal for patios, courtyards, or container growing. Even larger types rarely feel overwhelming. Their structure remains light and refined. But the beauty of this tree isn't limited to its leaves. Its branching pattern is layered and graceful, creating depth and structure even when the tree is bare. In winter, when the leaves fall, the branches reveal a sculptural form that looks like natural artwork. Some varieties even have colorful bark, such as coral red or green, which adds visual interest during colder months. In terms of care, Japanese maples are relatively easy to maintain. They prefer partial shade, especially in warmer climates where intense afternoon sun can damage the leaves. In cooler areas, they can handle more sunlight. They grow best in well-drained, slightly acidic soil, and adding mulch around the base helps retain moisture and protect the roots. Because they grow slowly, they are easy to control and won't quickly outgrow their space, making them ideal for small yards. 2. Flowering dogwood, Cornus florida. If you're looking for a tree that offers something special in every season, the flowering dogwood, or Cornus florida, is an excellent choice. This tree is known for its year-round beauty, constantly changing its appearance as the seasons progress. In spring, it becomes truly eye-catching. The branches are covered in soft, cloud-like blooms in shades of white, pink, or red, depending on the variety. These are actually modified leaves called bracts, which surround the small, true flowers at the center. The overall effect is stunning, as if your yard has been filled with floating blossoms. As the season shifts into summer, the tree transitions into a lush green canopy. Its natural growth pattern forms horizontal layers of branches, creating a tiered, architectural look. This structure adds elegance and provides light, filtered shade, perfect for smaller gardens where dense shade might feel too heavy. In autumn, the dogwood transforms again. The leaves turn into rich tones of red, orange, and deep purple, creating a vibrant display that rivals even the most colorful trees. It's the kind of tree that naturally draws attention during fall. Even in winter, when the leaves are gone, the dogwood still offers visual interest. Its bark has a textured pattern in shades of gray and brown, and its branching structure remains graceful and balanced. Some varieties even feature reddish twigs that stand out beautifully against the winter landscape. In terms of size, Dogwoods typically grow between 15 and 25 feet tall, making them a great fit for small to medium-sized yards. They are large enough to make an impact, but not so large that they overwhelm the space. They prefer well-drained, slightly acidic soil and do best in partial shade, although they can tolerate full sun in cooler climates. Beyond appearance, dogwoods also support wildlife. In late summer and fall, they produce bright red berries that attract birds such as cardinals and robins. Their flowers also draw pollinators like bees and butterflies. By planting a dogwood, you're not only enhancing your garden visually, you're also helping create a small, thriving ecosystem. 3. Eastern Redbud, Cercis canadensis. The third tree on this list is truly unforgettable. The Eastern Redbud, or Cercis canadensis. If you've ever noticed a tree in early spring glowing with vibrant pink blossoms before anything else has even started growing, there's a good chance it was a redbud. This tree is best known for its breathtaking spring display. As winter fades, before most trees begin to leaf out, the redbud suddenly comes to life. Its bare branches become completely covered in clusters of small pea-like flowers in shades of pink, magenta, lavender, or even white depending on the variety. The blooms appear directly along the branches and sometimes even along the trunk, creating a striking, almost glowing effect that can light up an entire yard. As the season progresses, those flowers are replaced by the tree's signature heart-shaped leaves. At first, they emerge as soft, fresh green, forming a gentle, romantic canopy. During summer, they provide light, airy shade that doesn't feel heavy or overwhelming in a smaller space. When autumn arrives, the leaves shift again, turning warm shades of yellow and gold, giving the tree a bright, cheerful presence before the colder months begin. In terms of size, redbuds are well suited for smaller yards. Most varieties grow between 20 and 30 feet tall with a similar spread, though there are also more compact cultivars available. Upright forms work well in tighter spaces, while weeping varieties create a more dramatic cascading effect. They grow best in full sun to partial shade and adapt well to different soil types, including clay and sandy soils, as long as drainage is good. Once established, they are relatively easy to care for. Overall, the Eastern Redbud is much more than just a beautiful tree. It offers interest throughout the entire year, from vibrant spring flowers to lush summer foliage, warm fall color, and elegant winter structure. Planted near a patio, along a walkway, or as a focal point, it quickly becomes one of the most eye-catching features in any garden. 4. Crepe myrtle, Lagerstromia indica. If you're looking for a tree that provides long-lasting flowers, striking bark, and visual interest in every season, the crepe myrtle is an outstanding choice. Often referred to as the lilac of the South, this tree is admired for its bold blooms, smooth decorative bark, and ability to adapt to smaller spaces. During summer, not when many other trees have already finished flowering, the crepe myrtle begins its show. Its branches become covered in large, ruffled clusters of blooms that can last for weeks or even months. The color range is impressive, including pure white, soft lavender, bright pink, rich purple, and deep red. Because the flowers form on new growth, you can count on a reliable display each year, especially with light pruning during late winter. At peak bloom, the tree can look like it's covered in a massive bouquet of flowers. But its appeal doesn't stop there. In autumn, the leaves transition into warm tones of orange, red, and gold, adding another layer of seasonal beauty. Then in winter, once the leaves fall, the tree reveals one of its most unique features, its bark. The smooth outer layer peels away in patches, exposing a mix of colors underneath, including shades of cinnamon, cream, gray, and tan. This creates a natural, artistic look that makes the tree visually interesting, even in the colder months. Crepe myrtles also offer flexibility in size. Smaller dwarf varieties can stay as compact as 3 to 5 feet, making them perfect for containers or small garden areas. Medium-sized types grow around 10 to 15 feet, while larger forms can reach 20 to 30 feet, yet still maintain a graceful, upright shape that doesn't overwhelm the space. No matter the size of your yard, there's a variety that will fit. One of their biggest advantages is their adaptability. Crepe myrtles thrive in full sun and handle hot weather extremely well. Once established, they're also quite drought tolerant. They prefer well-drained soil but can grow in different types, including sandy, loamy, or clay soils, as long as water doesn't sit around the roots. They are also relatively resistant to pests and diseases, especially when there is good airflow around the plant. A common mistake people make is pruning them too aggressively. It's sometimes called crepe murder. In reality, these trees don't need heavy cutting. Light shaping is enough, and allowing the tree to grow naturally often results in the most attractive form, showing off both its flowers and its unique bark. In the end, the crepe myrtle offers everything you could want in a small ornamental tree: long-lasting summer blooms, vibrant fall color, beautiful winter bark, manageable size options, and easy care. If you want a tree that makes a statement without requiring constant attention, this one is hard to beat. 5. Magnolia, little gem/saucer. Magnolia. When people hear the name magnolia, they often imagine massive southern trees covered in huge white flowers. But what many don't realize is that there are compact magnolia varieties perfectly suited for smaller yards. The magnolia family is incredibly diverse, offering everything from neat evergreen forms to dramatic flowering trees that explode with color in spring. For limited spaces, varieties like the little gem magnolia and the saucer magnolia stand out as some of the best options. The little gem magnolia, Magnolia grandiflora little gem, is essentially a smaller version of the classic southern magnolia. It typically grows between 15 and 20 feet tall and has a narrow, upright shape, making it ideal for tight spaces. One of its biggest advantages is that it's evergreen, meaning it keeps its foliage year-round. The leaves are large, glossy, and deep green on top, with a warm brown underside that adds texture and depth even in winter. Its flowers are what truly make it special. Beginning in late spring and continuing into summer, the tree produces large, creamy white blooms that can reach 6 to 8 inches across. These flowers are not only visually stunning, but also release a sweet, citrus-like fragrance that fills the surrounding space. Sitting near a blooming magnolia on a warm evening is a uniquely calming and memorable experience. If you're looking for something more dramatic in early spring, the saucer magnolia, Magnolia cross-sulantiana, offers a completely different kind of beauty. This variety grows slightly larger, usually around 20 to 25 feet, but still remains manageable for smaller landscapes. Before the leaves even appear, the branches become covered in large, tulip-shaped flowers. These blooms range in color from soft pink to deep purple, often fading to white at the edges, creating a glowing, almost lantern-like effect across the tree. Magnolias provide visual interest throughout the year. Their flowers are the main attraction, but their branching structure is also elegant and sculptural. The little gem offers evergreen beauty, while the saucer magnolia brings strong seasonal transitions, from spring blooms to fresh summer foliage and warm autumn tones. In terms of care, magnolias prefer full sun to partial shade and grow best in well-drained, slightly acidic soil. A layer of mulch helps retain moisture and protect the roots, especially in warmer climates. Although they may take some time to fully establish, once they do, they become hardy and relatively easy to maintain. Whether you choose the evergreen presence of the little gem or the bold spring display of the saucer magnolia, this tree brings elegance, fragrance, and visual impact to any small yard. It's the kind of plant that naturally draws attention and enhances the entire space. 6. Japanese snowbell, Styrax japonicus. If you're searching for a tree that feels soft, graceful, and almost enchanting, the Japanese snowbell, Styrax japonicus, is an excellent choice. Unlike bold, attention-grabbing trees, this one stands out through its subtle beauty and refined details. It invites you to slow down, observe closely, and appreciate the quiet elegance it brings to a garden. This is a small ornamental tree, typically growing between 15 and 25 feet tall, with a naturally rounded and balanced shape. Its branches extend outward in gentle, layered patterns, creating a light and airy structure that works beautifully in smaller spaces without feeling overwhelming. The most magical moment comes in late spring to early summer. During this time, the tree produces large numbers of delicate, bell-shaped flowers that hang beneath the branches. These blossoms resemble tiny white lanterns, each with soft petals and a light, pleasant fragrance. Because they face downward, the effect is especially beautiful when viewed from below, making this tree perfect for planting near patios, pathways, or windows where you can enjoy the display up close. After the flowering period, the tree continues to offer beauty through its foliage. The leaves are smooth, oval, and glossy green, creating a calm and refreshing backdrop throughout the summer. In autumn, they shift into warm shades of yellow and sometimes orange-red, adding seasonal color before the leaves fall. Even in winter, the tree remains attractive thanks to its smooth gray bark and elegant branching pattern, which stand out against the landscape. Caring for a Japanese snowbell is relatively simple. It grows best in partial shade to full sun, depending on the climate. In hotter regions, partial shade helps protect the leaves, while in cooler areas, full sun works well. It prefers moist, well-drained, slightly acidic soil, and adding mulch around the base helps maintain healthy root conditions. Once established, it is low maintenance, though it benefits from occasional watering during dry periods. This tree also supports wildlife. Its flowers attract bees and pollinators, while its structure provides shelter for small birds. It contributes not only to the beauty of your garden, but also to its ecological balance. If you want to create a calm, elegant atmosphere, something timeless and slightly magical, the Japanese snowbell is an outstanding choice. It doesn't demand attention, but it quietly becomes one of the most cherished elements in any garden. 7. Crabapple, Malus species. Very few ornamental trees can match the year-round beauty and versatility of the crabapple, Malus species. These trees are true all-rounders in the garden, offering stunning flowers, decorative fruit, vibrant fall color, and even winter interest. If you're looking for a single compact tree that delivers something special in every season, the crabapple is one of the best choices you can make. Let's begin with its spring performance, which is truly unforgettable. In April or May, depending on the climate, crabapple trees become completely covered in blossoms. The flowers form dense clusters that can blanket the entire canopy, creating a soft, cloud-like effect. Colors range from crisp white to gentle pink and deep magenta, and many varieties release a light, pleasant fragrance. Some types even open as darker pink buds before fading to pale tones, creating a beautiful two-tone display. Standing beneath a blooming crabapple feels almost magical, with petals drifting through the air like confetti. As the flowers fade, the tree continues to impress. During summer, small fruits begin to form in clusters along the branches. These crabapples act like natural decorations, appearing in shades of yellow, orange, red, or even deep purple. Their size varies depending on the variety, from tiny bead-like fruits to slightly larger ones resembling miniature apples. While many are too tart to eat fresh, they are excellent for making jellies, sauces, and cider. They also attract birds, adding movement and life to your garden as wildlife gathers around the tree. In autumn, the crabapple transforms once again. Its leaves shift into brilliant shades of red, orange, and gold, creating a warm and vibrant display. When combined with the colorful fruit still hanging on the branches, the tree becomes a striking seasonal highlight that feels festive and full of life. Even in winter, crabapples continue to stand out. Many varieties retain their fruit well into the colder months, where they appear like small jewels against bare branches or snow. This not only adds visual interest when most of the garden is dormant, but also provides an important food source for birds. The tree's natural branching structure is also elegant and decorative, giving the landscape shape and texture even without leaves. In terms of size, crabapples are ideal for smaller spaces. Most varieties grow between 15 and 25 feet tall with a similar spread, but there are also dwarf and columnar types available for tighter areas. Whether you prefer a rounded canopy, a vase-shaped form, or a graceful weeping style, there's a crabapple variety that will fit perfectly into your design. They are also known for being hardy and adaptable. Crabapples thrive in full sun and prefer well-drained soil, though they can tolerate a variety of conditions. Once established, they are fairly drought-tolerant and require minimal care. Choosing modern disease-resistant varieties helps avoid common problems like apple scab or powdery mildew, making them even easier to grow. Another major benefit is their support for wildlife. Their spring blossoms provide nectar for bees and pollinators, while the fruit feeds birds later in the season. Planting a crabapple helps create a small but thriving ecosystem in your garden. Overall, the crabapple is the perfect tree to complete this list because it offers beauty in every season. From breathtaking spring flowers to decorative summer fruit, fiery autumn color, and striking winter structure. Compact, adaptable, and full of charm, it ensures your garden always has something to offer, no matter the time of year.